I'm Krysten Peek here at Deron Rippey Jr. We're at USA Basketball Training Camp. Ron, you are no stranger to USA, but how's it feel being out here and competing with all the guys on the court?
Nah, it's always great. It's always great to come here, Colorado. Be surrounded with a bunch of high-level talent, a bunch of competitive guys, and I've been coming here for a while, so I feel like a veteran, and that's just how I'm expressing my game on the court.
NBA scouts and executives are here. They're very familiar with your game just from the monster summer you had. You were obviously here for the U19 trials, but what are you hoping to show them in your progression as like a point guard and floor general?
Yeah, I'm just trying to show them that I'm being consistent with my growth every year. Every year I'm taking that jump with my leadership. My jump shot. My paint decision and just everything that they want to see from me.
Yeah, and you are one of the best on-ball defenders in high school basketball. I know you take a lot of pride in your defense, but it's what you're doing offensively and your shot selection that is really growing you more into a two-way player. How intentional was that this summer?
Nah, very intentional. I feel like, in the AAU scene, I had to, take a couple shots, that I usually wouldn't take if I'm surrounded, with a bunch of high-level talent, trying to get to that next level. Those aren't the shots I'm going to be taking. So, being in a setting like this, I'm just trying to, give the scouts a glimpse of what I can be, in a pro setting.
Yeah, on the recruiting front, still undecided, but you are in high demand. I know you've taken a few visits. You have a few coming up, but how's that whole process been?
I'm honestly ready to get it over with. I got 3 more visits, but I'm just excited, continuing my process.
Okay, so you've just were at Kentucky. You're going to Duke, and then what are the other 2?
Tennessee and NC State.
Okay, and you've also been to Syracuse and where else?
Miami, North Carolina, Texas.
Okay.
I hope I'm not forgetting one. Miami, North Carolina, Texas, Syracuse, Kentucky, yeah.
Okay, all right. And what was it about those group of schools that put them over the rest?
I honestly wanted to, go on a bunch of visits, see the whole, landscape of, what I can do at the next level.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm still trying to navigate that process, but, these are all schools, that I could have envisioned myself playing at, and, still can. I think it's going to be interesting to see. I'll be dropping the list for sure after all my visits, cutting it down a little bit.
Okay. All right. So let's recap your most recent one to Kentucky. What was the message from the coaching staff there, and what did you get from that visit?
It was great. They told me that they wanted me to, come run the show at such a high-level program. Obviously they showed me their brand, the Kentucky fan base, the environment that they play in every game. What are some of the things that they do to keep their players at a high level and hold that Kentucky standard.
And the upcoming Duke visit, what are you looking for there?
Yeah, I'm very excited about that visit. Duke is obviously, one of the most historic blue bloods. A school that has so many NBA players. I'm just interested to see, what their plan is for me and what they're going to say, how I fit into the system.
When do you anticipate making a decision? Is this something you want to get done like the early signing period so you can focus on your season, or do you want to see how roster construction and things pan out?
Yeah, I'm not really sure yet. I'm hoping I can get it over it as soon as possible, just get the pressure off my chest. But, if things come down to, I have to wait, see where I fit in, then that's what I'll do.
Okay, well, it's a good problem to have because there's a lot of high-level teams that want you as their point guard. So, Deron, thank you so much. Good luck rest of camp and your final high school season.
Thank you so much.